I got Grandma Gayle in my crosshairs today.
Come on, man.
What? What?
You can't make fun of old folks.
I'm not making fun of old folks.
You can't be mean to old folks.
I'm not being mean to old folks.
You just said you had them in your crosshairs. You had Grandma Gayle in your crosshairs. I feel like you're going to be mean.
I'm going to not be polite. But it ain't because she's old. There's a difference. Between having the owner of a franchise.
Gayle, not Grandma Gayle.
That's fair. I don't care. I'm calling her Grandma Gayle. So maybe I rescind my previous statement. Maybe I am targeting an old person. Well, she is old, but that's not why I'm targeting her. First of all, she's so detached, she called the head coach Ellen in the introductory press conference.
Ellen Moore.
Not Kellen. She mispronounced the man's name. She called him Ellen. Hit it again, Muse. Hit it again.
Ellen Moore.
That's at the introductory press conference. Hires the new coach, calls him Ellen. Not Kellen, Ellen. All right?
That's an honest mistake, but go ahead.
No, it's not. I actually think Mrs. Benson is a good owner based on this principle. I think an owner should spend money and get out of the way. That's what I want in an owner. Spend money to win and get out of the way.
All right.
She does that.
Okay.
She's willing to spend, and she stays out of the way. I think she's a very good owner in that respect. However, there are times when an owner has to interject him or herself to make changes when things aren't going well. I believe in any business, any organization. You have to hire people, let them do their jobs.
Let them do their jobs.
If at any point they're not doing their jobs, then you replace them with someone who can do their jobs.
That's correct.
Well, Grandma Gayle gave an interview to Jeff Duncan over at the Times-Picayune. And in this interview, she defends Mickey Loomis. She compliments Mickey Loomis, saying people wanting him fired are ridiculous, her word, and that he's doing a great job. You know the record, right? I'm not just talking about the 2-8 record on the field this year. I'm talking about since Sean Payton has been gone, you go 7-10, you go 9-8, which was artificially inflated with late wins over bad teams. You go 5-12, you fire Dennis Allen, and now you're 2-8. You get the worst roster in the NFL, and you get the worst cap situation in the NFL. Who manages all that?
Mickey Loomis.
Mickey Loomis does.
Yeah.
Grandma Gayle in this interview says, quote, "This offseason, Mickey managed the retirement of Derek Carr, saving us $30 million in cap space." That's true. Derek Carr retired, and you saved $30 million in cap space.
Nice job,
He also
Mickey.
cost you $100 million by signing a crappy old quarterback who's nothing but a upper mid-tier, lower bottom-tier quarterback in the NFL. Excuse me, lower mid-tier, upper bottom-tier quarterback in the NFL. Gave him $100 million of your money that you basically set on fire to lose a bunch of games. So because this moron leaps over someone on a sideline, lands awkwardly, ending his frigging career, Mickey gets bailed out?
No.
Managing a retirement? No, he didn't. He signed and he restructured Derek Carr, which was going to put you even further behind in the cap.
Stupid.
She goes on. He also traded defensive tackle Colin Saunders to the Jaguars for our current starting center veteran Luke Fortner, who has played a pivotal role in the absence of Eric McCoy following a season-ending injury. You gonna tell me that your defense of a guy that's had 2 decades of awful drafts, worst cap situation in the league, he did a trade for Colin Saunders for Luke Fortner? That's your defense? Is your backup center?
Well,
a trade for your backup center is your defense?
In her defense, she's been at this for a while. You got to cut her some slack. She's a little up there in age. Okay? She's trying her best.
She goes on. We currently hold 7 draft choices for the 2026 NFL Draft, all of which help us continue building this young roster.
How many rounds do they have in the draft?
7.
Well, of course they hold 7.
So let me get this straight. Grandma, you're excited that they have the exact same number of picks they should always have in the draft?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one.
I'm sorry, what am I supposed to be excited about? Oh, and the guy that turned Trevor Penning from a first-round pick into a future 6 is the one that's going to get to spend that draft capital? I should be excited about that? The guy that picked Marcus Davenport, Payton Turner, Cesar Ruiz, Trevor Penning, Isaiah Foskey, top 50 pick, second rounder, gets cut in year 2 because he stinks. I'm sorry. Tell me what I should be excited about. Oh, also the guy who didn't re-sign Trey Hendrickson, who ended up leading the NFL in sacks, didn't re-sign guys like Alex Anzalone, Marcus Williams, Caden Ellis, as your defense continues to suck. Oh, but you know what he did? You know what he did? He traded Colin Saunders for Luke Fortner.
And he saved $30 million.
And he saved $30 million because Derek Carr's an idiot and jumped over a guy on the sideline, ending his career.
You know what else he did? He got us 7 picks in the draft this year.
I'm curious if when Jeff Duncan was doing this interview with Grandma Gayle, if he had to, like, bathe his face in Novocaine to prevent the facial expressions from, like, exploding in laughter in this woman's face.
Oh,
do you think he had to just, like, numb the hell out of his face so he didn't just laugh right in her face?
She's
How
trying
can Jeff Duncan even, like, sit there with a straight face and look at this woman?
She's trying her best. She's trying her best.
I mean, this is a woman defending this awful GM with tales of Luke Fortner, Colin Saunders for Luke Fortner, the same GM who tried to tell us that Dennis Allen was the second coming of Chuck Noll and Tom Landry and Bill Belichick. The complete delusion on Airline Drive makes me so sad because, like, I love the New Orleans Saints. You know this about me.
You do.
I send you pictures on Sundays with my Man of God headband on.
Do.
I am so all in. I love this team. It's part of the fabric of my being. And I just know as long as Mickey Loomis is in that position, it's never getting better.
Oh, no.
Because with every passing day and year, what becomes more and more evident is the success this organization had was specifically tied to Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Look at what Denver is doing right now with Sean Payton. Look at what New Orleans is doing without him. Like, correlation equals causation in this instance. Mickey stays, organization goes to crap. Bad contracts, awful salary cap situation, terrible drafts. And the problem is, you got 7 draft picks, and Derek Carr retired, which gave you cap relief. But now, the guy who wasted your draft picks and got you in that mess financially is the one you're counting on to get you back competing, to spend that money and that draft capital to get you back into a competitive situation. And I have zero confidence in his ability to do it. And it is so obvious what has happened here. This is a situation where when Rita and Gayle were feuding, there were lines drawn in the sand in that organization and people chose sides. And the ones that chose and sided with Gayle are made men. And they're not going anywhere. Fine. You want to employ Mickey forever. You want to keep him on the payroll, have him and Dennis Lauscha be the executive of your estate and all that. Fine. But can we please acknowledge that he is driving this organization into the ground? He cannot manage a roster. He cannot manage the cap. He cannot draft. He cannot hire good people in the front office. They are atrocious. There is a reason you are the worst team in the NFL. You are right there with Tennessee and the Jets and the Browns. And it is his fault. And there should be no confidence whatsoever in his ability to get you out of that mess, to spend money on the right free agents, to draft the right players. She says, we had one of the best drafts ever in 2006. By the way, when Sean Payton was here, and in 20 years otherwise, you had one other good draft. You want me to run through the Saints all-time draft?
When did she say that about 2006?
In this interview.
That was 20 years ago.
Yes! How about last year? Taliesin Fuaga, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Spencer Rattler, Bud Means, Jalen Ford, Christian Boyd, Josiah Ezerine. Yeah.
Who?
You want to keep going?
Yeah.
Brian Brzee, Isaiah Foskey, Kendre Miller, Nick Saldiveri, Jay Kaner, Jordan Howden, A.T. Perry. Completely wasted draft. You build your roster having talented rookies on rookie contracts by hitting in the draft. You do that once every 2 decades with Mickey Loomis. I'm sure it'll happen again at some point in about another decade or so. Why don't you just keep mispronouncing? Why don't you learn the coach's name first before you start preaching to all of us about how good of a GM Mickey Loomis is when the rest of the league is laughing at this organization? I'm sure everyone else in the NFL is wrong. Mickey and Kai Harley, they got it right. Just keep restructuring deals, take on the most dead cap money, don't have any money to spend in free agency. I'm sure they're nailing it. Everybody else in the NFL is wrong, and they're nailing it, which is why you're 2-8 right now. Hit the Ellen Moore drop.
Ellen Moore. Ellen Moore.
Learn the coach's name. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.